welcome back. Today I'm sharing a full Monday through Friday gluten-free meal plan. So I've done this video one other time, but I wanted to do it again for the new year because I feel like it's the perfect time. I mean, how long are we saying new year? Because it's literally about to be March, but mainly just a new one for 2024. The first quarter, let's say that. This is obviously all for inspiration, meal ideas. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday through Friday. I know realistically everyone is not eating every single meal at home all week long, but you can take what you like from this meal plan and kind of tailor it to your own lifestyle. Maybe you eat out a few days a week, but you also want to meal prep some things you can take to work for lunch, prep some breakfast. I have all of that for you today. So I hope no matter what your lifestyle is, you can find some inspiration in this video. And of course, this is especially for my gluten-free girlies. If you guys are new to my channel, I have an entire playlist with so much content. I have so much on my Instagram, on my blog, just everything. If you guys are looking for ideas and just kind of how to navigate this gluten-free lifestyle, whether you're new to it or just looking for new inspiration, I will link all that below for you guys. Also, if you hear a little bell jingling around in this video, that's my cat. Oh, here he is. Oh, he brought me his mouse. Oh, this is the type of energy we're on right now. Here he is. Oh, he's hyper. If you guys want to hear about my Monday through Friday gluten-free meal plan that I made you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I just want to share a few things that I really like to have prepped in my fridge, in my kitchen. I don't do them every week, just when I need them and when I'm feeling like maybe I'm gonna have a busy week, I want to prep a few things. So the first one is I always love, whenever I have a rotisserie chicken or if I make a roast chicken, I love to make my own chicken stock. It is so beyond easy to make, especially easy if you're just doing it from a rotisserie chicken carcass. I personally always make it and then freeze like about 5 cups. That's usually how much it yields with the amount that I'm making. And then I just have them in the freezer and pop them out whenever I know I need to use it. Maybe I'm making a soup, rice, or just anything that calls for chicken stock or chicken broth. And it's just one of those things that's so easy to make at home that seems intimidating, but it's not. And it's just kind of like a nice switch out to feel just, you know, better about. At least that's how I feel. And you also save some money and get multiple uses out of your grocery store rotisserie chicken or your roast chicken that you made. So that's something that I always love to have, and we are gonna get back to that in one of the meals. I will share which of the meals I use my chicken broth for. That'll be in the meal plan. Next thing that I really love to have prepped for me is some breakfast. So I work from home. Having something easy and quick in the morning is nice because I can get to work faster. You know, I am at home and I can make my own breakfast and I do a lot of the time, but sometimes I'm just like, I just want to just get to what I'm doing. I don't have time for this. I want to do a few things around the house before I get to work. So having some breakfast prepped is really nice. And especially if you have an office to go into, you know, I'm sure it would be nice to not have to wake up however much earlier to make yourself breakfast or to go stop and get something. You can get a little extra sleep. So I love to make these bacon egg bites. They are a Starbucks copycat, which I personally think they're better than the original. And they're just, oh my God, they're so good and just such a nice quick thing you can heat up. Make them on Sunday, have them for the next few days. I also think if you have kids, your kids would probably like them because they're just kind of like a fun little bite-size egg bite, and you could throw whatever in there. You could do vegetables, protein, spinach, whatever kind of mixture you want to do, you can really customize it, and that's just what's kind of fun about them. So those are awesome, but a new discovery of mine are these breakfast protein biscuits. I originally got the recipe from Jen Loves to Eat on Instagram, and oh my gosh, these have honestly changed my life. They are so good. The options are honestly endless, and they are so filling and satisfying, savory, and just, oh my gosh. So the last 2 weeks I have prepped these for the week and they have been so nice. You could definitely switch up the flavors that you're doing so you don't get sick of it, but I just love the texture and how nourishing it feels. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. Something else I actually really like to have in the fridge, and it sounds kind of weird, is just kind of like some rice. Like just plain white rice, and not necessarily like I'm meal prepping white rice, but if I'm making a dish that calls for white rice, let's say I'm just making some steamed rice with some chicken and some veggies or something like that, I always like to make extra because I love to have it throughout the week with just random stuff. It's just easy to throw it on instead of, you know, buying like the minute rice or frozen rice from Trader Joe's. You can just have some pre-cooked rice in the fridge that'll last you a few days, and it's just kind of a convenient thing to have. So we'll come back to that as well. But those are like the lunch slash breakfast items that I like. There are a few desserts that I wanted to share that I'm not going to do desserts for every single day this week, but I just wanted to shout out a few that are kind of nice to have as weekly treats, because if you're anything like me, I kind of tried to live on like the 80-20 method. I really don't restrain myself from food much at all. I feel like my lifestyle being gluten-free, I'm already restraining kind of a lot. So I let myself have a lot of leeway with, you know, sweet treats and potatoes, fries, like all of that. I don't restrict myself, but I do try to save a lot of the indulging for the weekend. So I love to have like a healthy dessert during the week that it can kind of satisfy that sweet tooth. A few things that I love. These brownie bites, I discovered this recipe on Instagram and I did kind of tweak it over the last few times that I made it, but I will link the reel below. I also add walnuts or pecans or almonds, just any nut that I have on hand, and they are delicious. So the brownie bites, and then also my banana bread muffins. I have made these probably 1,000 times, and I've also probably posted them 1,000 times. Banana bread to me is like a warm hug, and it just makes me feel so homey, cozy, and comforted. If you guys have a few bananas lying around that are turning brown, starting to go bad, where you're not going to eat them, I would never throw away browning bananas. I either freeze them for a smoothie or make banana bread. There's 2 options. I'll link my recipe below. And then one last thing, my date bars. Oh my gosh, who remembers my date bars? I haven't made them in a while, but I thought of them for this video and I actually want to bring them back. But they have so much goodness in them. Like, oh my gosh. So they're sweetened with dates, but they also have like almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, dark chocolate, hemp hearts. There's so much stuff. I can't even remember everything because I haven't made them in a while, but they're originally from Kristen Cavallari's True Roots cookbook. Oh my gosh, anyone that had ever tried them was like, you need to sell these. And I'm like, it's not my recipe, but okay, thank you. Let me know in the comments what you guys love to have on hand. I'd actually really love to hear it because I'm constantly being inspired by, you know, seeing other people's routines and the things they do in their kitchen. It's really fun and really interesting to me. So let me know what's your favorite thing to have in the fridge that you use all week long, or just something that you love to snack on, something you love to eat. I want to hear. So Monday breakfast, I mentioned those egg bites. We're doing egg bites for Monday because we prepped them on Sunday. We want to relish in our hard work Monday morning and have an easy breakfast that you don't even have to think about. So I believe the recipe that I use yields about 12 egg bites, maybe 10, but you could freeze half of them if it was just you and you're worried about not, you know, eating them before they go bad, or you could have the recipe obviously, but these do freeze really well. You could put them in an airtight container or a Ziploc and just pull them out and defrost them, pop in the microwave, and there's your breakfast. Or for the next week, pop them out and defrost them and put them in the fridge. Very easy and just kind of a no-brainer. So that's breakfast. If I did make them for the week, I probably would be eating them for breakfast on like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna switch it up for you guys, but just keep that in mind. I don't, you know, eat something different every single day. I do rely on leftovers and my prep a lot. Just throwing that out there. For lunch, we are doing tuna seaweed wraps. These also could be a great lunch to take to work, to take on the go with you. You could prep them beforehand. I have made them for my boyfriend when he's gone into work. They just, you know, store really well and they're easy to take on the go. You just need the large seaweed wraps and canned tuna. Do sriracha, mayo, maybe some chili crisp. Season it up however you want. And this is where my leftover rice comes into play with something like this. Obviously, you could just pop some rice in the rice cooker and have it for this meal, but it's just kind of quicker and easier when you have the rice already in the fridge. I personally like to throw in some cucumber and some avocado so it tastes more like, you know, a traditional, like a sushi hand roll or something. Dip them in soy sauce. Just kind of an idea to switch up a lunch at home. They're fun and they taste really great. So check those out. For dinner, we're doing arugula pesto pasta with mushrooms and bacon. I did make this a few weeks ago and this idea kind of came from not knowing what I was gonna do for dinner. I had some arugula that I actually needed to eat. It was getting like a tad bit soggy. I'm like, it's probably not gonna be good tomorrow. So I made some arugula pesto. I just looked up a recipe on Pinterest and it was so good. I did also add some basil because I have a basil herb plant in my window in my kitchen. Pine nuts, some Parmesan cheese, olive oil, garlic, and oh my gosh, it was the most amazing pasta sauce and it just tasted so fresh and so good. That's an idea. You could obviously just do mushrooms if you wanted to avoid the bacon, or you could add chicken. Chicken and pesto go great together. I just didn't have any that night and this just, you know, this pasta was kind of born. We are gonna come back to that pesto a few times this week, so try to make a little extra, or if you just don't use it all, make sure you save it because it's like liquid gold. Pesto is so good and homemade pesto is like next level. And you definitely could make it ahead as well if you guys, you know, were planning out your meals for the week and you knew you wanted to make this. You could throw that into your prep on Sunday. The pesto really doesn't take that long, but it's nice to just have, you know, one step done for you. Breakfast, we're doing rice with an over medium egg with chili crisp, sesame seeds, soy sauce. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite ways to eat an over medium egg. We're utilizing that leftover rice. It's very filling. You can add a protein in if you want, but I just love this with the over medium egg. It's so good when the egg's a little bit runny and jammy. It just tastes delicious with the rice. And for lunch, we are doing an easier kind of lunch, but we're also incorporating a homemade element. So I'm doing some of these Trader Joe's frozen chicken nuggets, which are amazing, by the way. I'm gonna pop those on a salad, specifically with my honey Dijon salad. You could do it with any green that you like, but my honey Dijon dressing is so good if you guys like sweet and salty, but also a little bit acidic. Oh my gosh, this dressing is to die for. I know I have spinach right now, so I actually might have that for lunch today, and then also so I could snap some pictures and show you guys. I have so many pictures of the salad, but I just had this idea to do it with the Trader Joe's nuggets, so I might do that today. I just bought them and they are so good. So little lunch idea. Could definitely prep it because this chicken would be good cold. You could pre-cook it and cut it up, mix it in your salad, put your dressing on the side, take it to work in your container. You're good to go. For dinner, we're doing turkey patties with mashed potatoes and your vegetable of choice. I have done broccoli. You could do a green salad, even though we had one for lunch. You might want to switch it up. But these turkey patties, oh my gosh, I found this recipe on Pinterest and it is the best turkey patty recipe. So you could definitely do turkey burgers if you wanted to, but these are good enough on their own. So good with mashed potatoes. You can kind of like dip in it. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. So try these. Definitely make extra so you can eat them throughout the week. It's just like a great high protein lunch or snack. I don't remember if it's a gluten-free recipe or if I just make substitutions, so just keep that in mind. But they're so fluffy, and I love turkey patties because you can throw in anything. If you have some carrots in your fridge that need to be eaten, throw those in there. Half of an onion just sitting in your fridge, throw it in there. It's just anything goes with something like that, and it just is always so good. It's like everything but the kitchen sink. So try it. And now we're at Wednesday, hump day. For breakfast, we're doing breakfast protein biscuits. Come on, oh my gosh. I want you guys to try these so bad and then let me know. This is not my recipe, so I can't even take credit, but follow her on Instagram, Jen Loves to Eat. I think that's her @ If not, I'll put it on the screen. I'll link the reel below because these protein biscuits have changed my life. They are delicious. So last time I followed her recipe, I think pretty exact, and then this time I changed the flavors because when I first tried them I was like, oh my god, I'm having so many ideas of different things you could put in here. So last time it was like pork sausage, red bell pepper, onions, all kinds of stuff like that. And then this time I was like, I had some ground turkey, so I was like, I'm gonna do ground turkey, mushrooms I thought would be great. I did some more red pepper, onions, jalapeno, and I even added a little spinach, and the flavors are just incredible. So I had them for breakfast today and yesterday, and I probably will have them again tomorrow. I'm just like not getting sick of them, which hopefully I don't. This is what I do. I like get so obsessed with something to the point of disgust, and I rebuke that for this because these are just so convenient. Maybe I should start making them every other week. I can alternate with the egg bites, but oh my gosh, try them. It's linked below. Just trust me on this. For lunch, we're doing leftover turkey patties. That's right. You could even, if you guys made some extra honey Dijon dressing, you could put it on top of a honey Dijon salad. And these are really great. You could just throw them on top of a supermarket salad if you guys buy a bag of the salad mixture. These are just a great protein to add on to anything like that. Or you could just dip them in something, maybe some mustard, maybe a little aioli. I have definitely done that and just called it lunch, and it's perfect and satisfying, and they're so good. For dinner, we are doing pesto salmon with salad and crispy potatoes. So we're coming back to the pesto from a few days prior. This pesto salmon had so much flavor, and I just think it's such an easy way to make salmon. Let's say you didn't even make your pesto, but you just have maybe the pesto from the grocery store, from Costco, which is one of my personal favorites. Just brush your salmon with the pesto sauce, and that's literally all you need because pesto is so salty, you don't even need to season it. You could do really whatever you want, but the pesto is literally all you need. I'm pairing it with some potatoes, which I just think, you know, the texture of a crispy potato with any kind of protein, just all in one bite, is heaven on earth to me. And then we're gonna also pair the salmon with a salad. So I love a salmon salad. This is like a staple for me in the spring and summer. It's just light and fresh and easy. I do usually grilled salmon with a salad with all kinds of vegetables, but it's just such a good combination. So I always love doing that. And the pesto was just kind of a great way to switch it up and also make use of that pesto that I made a few days prior. So great dinner. And now we're at Thursday, actually one of my favorite days of the week because you're so close to the weekend, but you still have it all ahead of you. Thursday is underrated. I love Thursdays. So Thursday breakfast, we are doing a protein smoothie. I do this so frequently during the week because it's fast, it's easy, and keeps me full for a really long time and just feels really satisfying. And I love my protein smoothie to death. Like, I crave it. It's chocolatey sweet. It tastes like a freaking peanut butter chocolate milkshake, and I just adore it. So I've been using the organic, I honestly can't remember the name. I just know that like it says organic protein on the bottle, which you guys have probably seen this protein before. It's like the green and white container. They have, I think it's like a chocolate fudge or like a rich chocolate or something flavor. So I've been doing that protein with almond milk, peanut butter, half a frozen banana, spinach, chia seeds or flax seeds. If I have sea moss, I'll throw that in there. If I have hemp parts, I'll throw it in. You could do whatever, but just the chocolate protein with the peanut butter, I mean, it's like, don't get me started, I'm craving it now. And then for lunch, we're gonna do loaded sweet potatoes, and this is a kind of choose your own adventure type of deal. You could put so many different things, vegetables, beans, chicken, ground beef, but my choice for a loaded sweet potato recently has been black beans, maybe garbanzo beans if I have them, and then I top it with some cheese, some tomatoes, some onions, some avocado, some crema, some cilantro, like just load it on here. It's just kind of like a black bean, almost like taco bowl boat kind of situation. I feel like that's what they call these loaded sweet potatoes, are boats. I don't usually do that. I just call it a loaded sweet potato because that's fine with me. A loaded sweetie pea, and very nourishing and filling. And I just really love a sweet potato. Like, do not tempt me with a good time. And for dinner, we are doing white chicken chili with cornbread. I love this chili so much. I actually just posted a reel with the full recipe and the breakdown on my Instagram. So I'm going to link that below so you guys can check it out. Just like everything else, I'm just going to get, that'll be linked below, just tattooed on my forehead. This recipe is so good. It's great to feed a crowd if you're having people over. Just kind of foolproof. I feel like everyone loves this. There's so many great flavors. You can make it spicier if you like it really spicy. It makes for amazing leftovers. If you guys wanted to make a giant batch, and let's just say it was maybe you and your husband, you could freeze half of it because they have these little soup savers on Amazon that I actually use for my chicken broth and also leftover soups. I've done it for my chili multiple times. I've done it for pot roast. I have done it for chicken noodle soup, and that came in really handy when I was sick. So you can fill them up with your leftover soup and freeze them, store them, and then defrost them when you need them. This freezes great. So if you guys had extra, never throw it out. Always freeze it. I love to have things prepped for me that are homemade. It just feels like so special. We are at Friday now, which this went by really fast. I absolutely love doing these videos. I have so much fun planning out these meals, and even more fun sharing them with you guys because I'm just so passionate about food, which I think you can gather by just listening to me talk for the last 15 minutes or however long this video is. For breakfast, we are doing pesto eggs with hash browns. I'm just basically showing you a third way that you can utilize that homemade pesto, or just the pesto that you have in your fridge from maybe Costco or the grocery store. Basically what you're gonna do is put probably a spoonful or a little bit more of the pesto in your pan and just kind of spread it around, let it heat up a little bit, and there is oil in the pesto, so it will work to also coat your pan and you can cook your eggs with it and they won't stick. Once it starts kind of sizzling, crack your eggs directly on top of the pesto. You could also make a little like nest for it if you want to, but I don't think that's necessary. You know, cook them however to your liking that you like your eggs. I always like to do an over medium, so there's just like a few minutes on each side. And it's so good because it's just such a great flavor to pair with the eggs. That's breakfast. Let's move on to lunch. I'm doing leftover white chicken chili with tortilla chips. Also, you could do cornbread if you had extra from the night before. But the white chicken chili, like I mentioned, it makes great leftovers because the longer that chili or just soups or anything like that sit, the flavors marinate and magnify, and it just becomes even richer and more delicious. For Friday dinner, realistically, I probably would go out to eat or get fast food, get something fun because I've been cooking all week. But for the sake of this video, I'm obviously gonna share a meal. And honestly, every once in a while, I do cook on Friday. Like if I'm just feeling like it, if I know we have a lot of plans over the weekend, I wanna maybe cook at home, and I will try to do something a little bit more exciting and kind of like weekend appropriate, so it doesn't just feel so monotonous, like, you know, cooking another meal at home, which I love to do, but you guys get what I'm saying. So for this meal, we're gonna do smash burgers and truffle fries. Oh my gosh, truffle fries. I'm obsessed. If I see them on the menu anywhere, I'm ordering them. So in the frozen section at the grocery store with the French fries, there is an amazing variation of French fries, and they're called, I think they're from the brand Ore-Ida, like the classic frozen fry brand, but they're called like the restaurant style or the fast food style. Those are the best frozen fries that I've ever had in my life. They taste like they're from a restaurant slash a fast food place, just not frozen fries at all. They're so good. So I always get those. And is truffle expensive? Yes. Did I also find it at grocery outlet recently? Yes, for an amazing deal. Yes. So I literally have the white truffle oil, and you could just do a shit ton of Parmesan cheese, parsley, truffle oil, and they are so good. It's such a fun thing to make at home because I always order them when I'm out, but it's just such a nice treat and kind of switch up for a side at the house. But also these smash burgers are so fun to do at home and also great if you're hosting or just anything like that. I love to do them on the flat top grill, but you can definitely make them inside. I would suggest doing it on any type of like iron skillet because I just think it tastes more like grilled and just the patty is better on that. For my gluten-free bun for these burgers, I have the best bun that I've tried recently, and it's so random because I always saw it at the grocery store and then I just decided to try it one day. The brand is Three Bakers. I haven't tried anything else from them, if I'm being honest, maybe a sliced bread. And I don't think I loved it, but for some reason they make these gluten-free brioche buns and it tastes to me like the closest thing to a real hamburger bun that you would see, you know, at In-N-Out, a restaurant. Like, just, it's that glazed top, it's soft, it doesn't fall apart, and you know, you guys know what I'm talking about with the gluten-free buns. Like, sometimes that happens. I think a second best is Canyon Bakehouse's hamburger bun. They have a great one, but this Three Bakers one is something really special, so try it. It'll take your smash burger to the next level. That is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and got some ideas. I love talking about gluten-free food and just cooking in general. I had so much fun putting this together for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let me know if there's anything you're gonna try. If you guys have any requests for me, I would love to hear them, you know, kind of pertaining to the same style of video. I wanna really hone in on sharing a lot more gluten-free content. I'm doing it now on my Instagram. I've been posting more recipes and meal ideas and stuff like that, and it's so much fun. It's really like what I'm most passionate about, if I'm being honest. So anything like that you guys want to see, just please let me know. I'm all ears and always open to ideas. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.